Hey guys, what's up? Typical Wrestling here, and we have the Go Home Raw for the Monday, week the 3rd of July, 2013. Sunday of this week is going to be Cyber Sunday. So, get to the polls while you can, which are down in the description, and let's kick off the show. We kick off Monday Night Raw in a dark match between Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, taking on a team of some local talent, including one Sylvain Grenier. Trying to get some pop onto the two guys, Kyle and Fish, before they make their in-ring debuts in the WWE, though I would expect them to see on Superstars a lot before they find a real good brand. We have... Sorry, my mouth is currently itching. They pick up the win, pretty much basic dark match. And now I get to the real stuff. We get to the opening of Raw, in which after the intro plays with the music and the fireworks and all that, WWE Champion Kofi Kingston comes out to loud cheers. As always, he's a good babyface. He has a mic in hand, and he's going to begin talking. And he says, "Welcome to Raw, baby." He does that gimmick. And he goes, "Now, I know we have some stuff to get to. We have an awesome Monday night planned for you. And with Cyber Sunday, Sunday, and the crowd, groans, oh god, that was such a bad joke. So I wanted to respond to a question a fan sent me this morning on Twitter. This fan asked me about what I thought about Wade Barrett, what I truly thought about. I'm not sure why this one question jumped out at me, but none the more I thought about it, the more I realized the answer to it. He goes, Wade Barrett, you claim to be the next in line. You be the next big thing in the WWE. The next champion, seeing as you'll say you'll win the WWE title for the glory of England, yada yada, all that bullshit. But at the end of the day, how long are you going to ride on the coattails of failure, of just failing in general? See, let's go on a history lesson. See, in case you guys forgot, Wade debuted with the Nexus and tried to take over WWE. That failed. Miserably. Then you had the Core. And Kofi Kingston just looks at the camera smirking and goes, "Don't even get me started on that." After that, you had a good run. You went solo. You won the IC title. You had some memorable matches. You ran roughshod over SmackDown and stuff. But all of a sudden, you formed the United Kingdom. And while you did have one of the best matches of all time with CM Punk, at Survivor Series, it was a 100-star match, you failed. And then the whole group failed when you lost at WrestleMania. So what do? You kick out the weak link in Drew McIntyre, who's doing pretty good all things considered, and form England's finest. You feud with the Shield for the longest time, and now you've set your sights on winning my WWE Championship again. So finally, to answer the question the fans sent in, I think Wade Barrett is a damn fine solo artist. And maybe when he goes that route again, whenever that is, he'll be the champion. But as long as he keeps this cycle of failure up, the only thing he'll find in cheating and clicks is losing to me. And he throws the mic down, and that's how we open up Raw with a pretty shoot from the hip promo on Wade Barrett from Kofi Kingston. So I wrote the promo out just because I wanted to do some more written promos. But let's get to the main point of Raw, in which we have a decent match between Yujiro Takahashi and the World's Greatest taking on the Wyatt family, but the Wyatt family pick up the L in a 6-man tag when Yujiro manages to defeat Eric Rowan with the spear. I forgot he does the spear. Bray Wyatt obviously with the best performance, but everyone else doing pretty good. Any improvements? Yujiro was improving. Segment lost some heat, but that's pretty well. I thought it probably should have averaged in the high 80s, but whatever. Like I said, I've said since this year started, I don't care about ratings, and then I care about ratings. So then we have just kind of a generic little jobber match between Shad, Gaspard, and Ezekiel, and Shad beats Ezekiel. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Ezekiel's contract's running out, and it's not getting renewed. I just have nothing for Ezekiel. I think he's all right. He's in terms I like him better than Bobby Lashley in terms of the history of performers like that. Where WWE's look at this big black man, and they're oh, okay, does he have any chemistry or charisma with anybody? And nope. It's okay, but Ezekiel kind of had some promise. They put him in with some. They didn't push him really heavily. I just currently with so many. I have 100 active wrestlers. and Ezekiel just doesn't fit in at this point. So, there's that. But hopefully he'll do some good with Impact, maybe. They'll probably pick him up. They've picked up some people that I've left out. So we'll see about that. And then we have Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and The Shield. They're cutting a promo on Common Ground because I forgot to book their tag match after I booked Raw, and I said, oh god. So they're talking about having a match on Superstars because everyone loves a match on Superstars. And pretty much it's just a generic camcorder promo they cut, and they talk about, Common Ground and Injustice, and talk about Wade Barrett being stupid, because Wade Barrett's stupid, apparently, this episode of Raw. Pretty good promo by The Shield there with a 91A star. And then we have a decent match between AJ Lee and Natalya, and 86B+, always good to see. AJ Lee defeats Natalya with the Shining Wizard. Yeah, had the crowd hotter, of course. AJ and Natalya doing pretty good. But then AJ, she gets a microphone after the match. And while holding her Divas Chow, she starts to speak, and she says, at WrestleMania, I had what many are calling the greatest women's match in professional wrestling history. And in this long 4 months, I've set the standard this division is capable of. We're really in the midst of change here in the WWE, an age where we all get to see amazing matches no matter the gender. All matches are killing it this year. So on Sunday, I want everyone and anyone to know that history is being shaped not solely by me, but by all the divas. I just happen to be on top of the mountain. So bring it your all this Sunday, and maybe then you'll have this spot to yourself. So cutting, another written promo, figure I do too. Probably should have done 3, but whatever. We'll get to that segment later. But yeah, AJ Lee just kind of hyping up her open challenge for Cyber Sunday, which you can vote on. Remember to vote down below. And we have Wade Barrett is backstage. We cut to commercial, and Wade is just losing it. He's throwing stuff around because he's mad everyone's calling him a piece of shit. And then he runs up to Evan Bourne and just kind of knocks him out because, when you see Evan Bourne, your natural reaction is just to fight him. Of course, with that. I mean, look at that face. Look at that face. That's a face you want to elbow. So we have a match in which we have Chris Jericho taking on The Miz. And Chris Jericho actually gets the win with a fast roll-up during the match. We also had Randy Orton run in and attack The Miz. So I like to imagine RKO led to a roll-up from Chris Jericho to get the also confident pin on The Miz. And, good to see a match that get that heat. And then we have a squash match between Chris Hero and the Tonga Kid, with Chris Hero taking out the Tonga Kid by submissions with the Hangman's Clutch in about 7:43. Not much really to talk about there. And then we have Triple H and McMahon. They're looking at the polls. We don't see the results, but we just assume they're looking at the results. So who's going to be the special guest referee for Cena's match? And they're probably looking like the Wade Barrett one and the U.S. title match one too. Again, remember to go vote down. And, McMahon's like, God damn, pal, my results are looking pretty good. And as soon as he says that, The Miz just, kicks open the door. He's just furious, and he runs up to Triple H. He ignores McMahon. He runs up to Triple H. He goes, Triple H. Well, he says, Paul. He goes, Paul, we talked about this. Randy, you said to keep your cool with Randy, and then when the time come, everything would work out. But I'm sick of working with Randy. I'm sick of all this crap. When is it going to be my time? And Triple H is like, Miz, the fucking camera's on. And Miz looks at the camera, and he looks like he's about to crap his pants. And Triple H is like, get the camera out of here. And he shoves the cameraman outside while McMahon looks really confused by all things going on. And, very odd segment. What was that all about? It's a mystery, brother. And then we have Stone Cold walking up to he makes a match for Superstars after he sees Alex Shelley and Sabin. They're doing their favorite thing, which is mocking the world's greatest tag team. So Stone Cold says, you know what? All you guys want to do is, bitch and shit. So he goes, Shelley, you're going to take on Shelton Benjamin on Superstars. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold made a match for Superstars. Again, watch Superstars. Superstars is a good show, apparently, in this universe. And next we put it the fact that in the main event of tonight, we're having Wade Barrett take on Evan Bourne in our main event, because who doesn't love a main event like that? And in a decent match, we have an NXT title defense. We have Nicolas Magnus taking on Xavier Woods for the big old NXT belt. And it ends in disqualification when Austin Aries runs in and attacked Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods was just attacked by Austin Aries. And after the match, Austin Aries, he has a chair, he's brutalizing Xavier Woods. He's screaming stuff. We can't really catch it on camera, but he just beats down Xavier Woods. Apparently he did not do with the script to follow. I don't know what script needed to be. I must have rated him on entertainment on accident. I mean, 78B is not that bad, but, whatever. But, yeah, Austin Aries making his point claim that apparently he wants a shot at the NXT title. He's not going to get it on Cyber Sunday, but, message received. And we have an 82 match, and about that had great heat and good wrestling. The main event, Wade Barrett hits the waistline on Evan Bourne in 19 minutes to win in the match. Was it ever really in doubt? And we end Raw with the generic kind of holds the belt. Kofi comes out. The two men have an intense stare down. Kofi holds up the belt high. Wade Barrett's motioning for the belt. Michael Cole's screaming something that no one really gives a shit about. And yeah, that's how we end Raw. Who's going to be the WWE champion? What's their match even going to be? We don't even know the match. And these two already seem to be fighting as if their lives depend on it and all that good stuff. 93A to end Raw. Really good Raw, in my opinion. One of my favorites to book, actually, this one. I don't know why. I just singled this one out as just been like, I liked a lot of the stuff that happened on it. But yeah, no, I will see you guys for SmackDown, and then obviously you have Cyber Sunday. So remember to go vote in the polls down below, and I'll see you guys all next time.